College hoops underway. One of the stars of the women's game who had a lot of question marks coming into this season, Hannah Hidalgo at Notre Dame, is already starting to answer those questions. What am I talking about? We know last season, a lot of people at the end of the season were there were issues with Olivia Miles. Apparently, that's what we're told. There was video of the two of them having shall we say, heated conversation. Olivia Miles, of course, transferred out of Notre Dame, and then it became this whole big thing that, she didn't like Hannah Hidalgo and her teammates didn't like her and all of this. And of course, Sonia Absolute Citron on her way to the WNBA and the Washington Mystics. How would Hannah Hidalgo handle things without two of the three players that made up Notre Dame's three-headed monster last season? Well, Hannah, like I said, is off to a good start. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. Of course, quick note, if you are interested in entertainment stuff, check out my entertainment channel. We are up over 250 subscribers on there. If you're into the other major sports right now, doing a lot of football, and of course, I'm doing it from a Philly-based perspective, so maybe that's not your thing. But if it is, I think we're on one sub away from 600 subscribers on that channel, so check that out as well. But like and comment and subscribe on this one, Hannah Hidalgo versus Akron. And I know a lot of you say, "Oh, Akron," but look, one thing, and we could say it needs to be cleaned up in general, but it's also if those other teams want the opportunity to try and take things to another level by exposing themselves to better talent in terms of who they play, it's hard to argue against that. A lot of these teams in their non-conference games play teams that aren't exactly on their level. So this isn't like it's a rare thing that you can't completely dismiss this game that Hannah Hidalgo had because it was Akron. In fact, they won what, 84-58, I think, something like that, which that's not exactly a Brianna Stewart era UConn, right? Come on. So anyway, Hannah Hidalgo. Yeah, that 16, that's not assists, that's not rebounds. She's one rebound short of a triple double, 44 points. By the way, that is a school record. 9 rebounds. And no, that is not 16 assists. That is an NCAA record. 16 steals. Yes, you heard that correctly. Hannah Hidalgo had 16 steals. Keep in mind, Hannah Hidalgo has led the nation in steals, right? Freshman year, 4.6 steals per game, led the nation. Sophomore year, 3.7 steals per game, led the nation. And of course, this season, off to a slightly higher start with his 16 steals in one game, leading the nation with 7.7 steals per game. 7.7 steals. I was going to say assists because I'm comparing the number to her assists, where she's averaging 5 assists a game, but 7.7 steals for her career. Now, look, it's going to come down a little bit, right? She's not going to average 7.7 assists per game for this entire season, but right now, for her college career, 4.6. Let me make sure I have it. Yeah, 4.6 assists, 4.3 steals per game. Now, what's wild is Notre Dame won two blowout games this week, and they actually dropped 3 spots in the rankings. There's a little bit of a disrespect there, but I'm sure Hannah Hidalgo is very motivated to have herself a season after Olivia Miles transferred and Sonia Absolute Citron went to the WNBA to say, hey, you know what? I wasn't carried by these other players. Yeah, it's great to have talent around you, and you're going to be better when there's talent around you. But Hannah Hidalgo you know, she's got some talent of her own, and it's going to be, well, I was going to say we got to get this WNBA CBA thing taken care of because I was going to say it's going to be interesting to see how this college season goes in terms of these players and where they may get drafted in the WNBA. Hopefully, the WNBA has a season and they have their draft. Hannah Hidalgo is one of those players that people could be talking about being a top pick in the league. We've got the lottery coming up very soon. So we'll see who gets the number one pick in the WNBA and see if that matches for what they need. Are they looking for a point guard that can also score? Which I guess nowadays all point guards are really hybrids, and you don't have a whole lot of traditional point guards anymore in basketball. But anyway, I just want to talk about this because this is absolutely insane. It's something that's going to capture people's attention, get them interested again in the women's game. And look, college a lot of times it takes a little while before people really start tuning in, right? Because we want to get toward the later part of the season when you start having top teams playing each other and you've got conference tournaments and who's going to make the NCAA and all that. But Hannah Hidalgo saying, hey, no, no, no. You got to start watching now because there's some exciting stuff going on. So let me know in the comments below, are you a Hannah Hidalgo fan? If not, and with Caitlin Clark gone and now Juju Watkins not playing, and obviously Paige Becker's in the pros as well, if you have been watching for some of these players in the past, are you still tuning into women's college basketball? Are there other players that you have just as much interest in that you want to watch and you want to follow and you want to see where they end up in the WNBA? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for checking out the video. Really do appreciate it. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. You know the drill. Go have the day you deserve, and I will talk to you later.